3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, world? This is Devassi Joseph, Changemaker at Kaapikuru from India. This is my era. What about you?
That was fire, dude. Hey, you killed that, bro.
This is My Era podcast. We spark the minds that set the trends that change the world as we know. And it starts right now. So let's go. This is My Era. Hosted by Kuda Biza and yours truly, Mr. Alexander Starr. This is My Era. Represents everybody who knows they want a better world and does something about it. This is our era. What about you?
All right, perfect, man. Smooth, easy going. We're gonna have fun. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alexander Starr, and we are cruising today on This Is My Era, the podcast. This is sort of a special edition series because we're highlighting Millennium Fellows, students who were chosen through a partnership between the Millennium Campus Network and the United Nations Impact. My guest today is currently a student at TKM College of Engineering in India, and he's gifted at so many things. But what we're going to focus on today is his social enterprise, Kaapikuru. It's an ecological project that promotes good resource and waste management practices. There's so much to talk about with it. It consists of a public library, a cafeteria, and a gym that runs on renewable energy. But I'll let him tell you the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us today Devassi Joseph. Devassi, how you feeling?
Hey everyone, I'm feeling great, Alex. I'm having fun here talking to you. Wow.
Tell everybody exactly where you are right now.
I'm calling in from my home. It's in Calicut, Kerala, India. I'm a Keralite basically. I'm a Malayali.
Okay.
And it's kind of great to connect with people around the world. Sitting here in my home, I never thought I'd do this.
Oh, this
but
is awesome.
It's fun.
This is why it's your era, and I want to say something. This is actually something I really wanted to say when I first read your name. You have one of the dopest names in the world, Devassi Joseph, and I'm gonna tell you why. When I hear your name, right, I picture myself on a red carpet somewhere, taking photos, and all the reporters in the media, and they're asking me, "So, Alexander Starr, tell us about the outfit that you have on today." Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, Amber. This is a designer suit by Devassi Joseph. You won't find it anywhere.
Well, even though it might sound a bit, I guess, is that French or Italian? A European name. It might sound like a European name. It's a Malayali name, actually. Sebastian, right? Saint Sebastian?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know him personally, but...
Yeah, he kind of sort of died millennia ago. Yeah, so my name, Devassi, it's basically the Malayali version of of Sebastian. And it doesn't particularly mean anything. It's just a name. But I'm proud to have it, because uniqueness is something that comes rare nowadays, I suppose.
That is huge, and that's an excellent point. And, that's something that we're all about, is each individual being who they are and being unique and making it your era. So someday you'll design a clothing brand and I'm going to wear it and I'm going to be like, yes, I'm wearing Devassi Joseph. Yes. But in all seriousness, you're a game changer for hundreds of people so far. Tell us about Kaapikuru.
Well, first off, I'm not a fashion designer, and Kaapikuru has nothing at all to do with fashion designing. But I'm a second year student. I'm a second year computer science undergraduate in TKM College of Engineering. Mm-hmm. And Kaapikuru is, we might call it a social enterprise, but actually it's all about people. We're a group of 16 students, 14 of whom are Millennium Fellows. Or are right now, as of now, we are all alumni of the Millennium Fellowship. Okay. We graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Kaapikuru is a group of second year students in TKM College. We wanted to do something for our community. We wanted to set an example as change makers. And when we first heard of Millennium Fellowship and the Sustainable Development Goals of the UNAI, the UN Academic Impact, we sort of felt like the SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production, it is not really something that is that comes in the conversation in India, because here we have a bit more larger concerns, a bit more basic concerns than actually saving the planet. But even in colleges, we are more focused in social development than ecological development. But then we all know that ecological development is extremely important, especially given the current scenario of global warming and climate change and whatnot. So then we wanted to be an example. We wanted to set the example that if we can do it, we're after all, we're not gods or anything. We're just ordinary kids. And if we can do it, then anybody can do it. So we just banded together and started off with basically a small little coffee shop. It serves people every day in the evening hours, just 2 to 3 hours. And from there on, we attracted people into our thing. Everybody started started to come and ask us, okay, hey everyone, so what is this about? Why are you running a coffee shop? So then we got people's attention, and then we told them about our goal, our dream, which is to first be an innovation hub that promotes the SDGs and knowledge sharing and ideation. People coming together is a huge positive force.
Yes.
Especially the youth of the college. We have all this creativity and energy and all that. And even with all the energy, we're all extremely lazy people. Most of us, we won't even move our fingers if we can help it. But it might sound a bit oxymoronic, but that actually adds to our creativity. We'll find the easiest way to do a thing, the most innovative way to do a thing. The hard part is actually getting people to come together, and discuss and converse and communicate about the issues that matter.
So with that said, sorry to cut you off. You said you had 16 peers in Kaapikuru.
Yeah.
How did you get them involved?
Well, starting off, it was the Millennium Fellowship that banded us together. They are awesome people, and they, in a huge in the world of social work, where there are a lot of wannabes. I mean, no offense to anyone, but there are a lot of wannabes there. These guys, they know what they are doing and they know what they're talking about. Shout out.
Yeah,
real awesome people.
MCN, baby.
Yeah, the Millennium Fellowship was what banded us together. And then once we figured out that, all of us together, I mean, our college really supported us. And once we figured out that, actually, we can do this. When we got that vibe, that feeling in us, we really started working together.
Was there a specific event that catalyzed your desire to make change in the way that you're doing?
Yes. The first day when I came to my college, right? It's kind of ubiquitous, so to speak, in India. We Indians, we tend to thrive in chaos. Order is not something that comes very, naturally to us. And, even with all the chaotic elements out there, we still thrive in this. And somehow, sadly, that sort of applies, or, that just sort of translates into waste management also. A lot of people here are kind of apathetic about waste management. They don't really care. Because the planet is surviving. There's a lot of greenery around. We don't need to do anything about it. We live, we'll survive, and it's fine enough.
I don't think that's just y'all though. In America, there are people who care, but there are a lot more people who don't care. So I think it's not just you all. It's everyone. It's everyone. But that's why people like you are making it your era. So, anyways, go ahead, proceed.
Yeah, well, the thing is, all the science and all the research, every scientist is literally crying themselves hoarse. They're saying that, the world is dying, the planet is dying. And then what really grills me is that at the end of all that, at the end of all the troubles that they say, all they actually tell us to do is, switch off your lights, use less energy, use biodegradable stuff. And that is just not enough.
Right.
The thing is that we need to do a lot more in order to save our planet, in order to ensure that future generations survive and thrive, actually, on the planet.
Sure.
So when I came to TKM College, I saw the same apathy and in the community here. And it's not just the students, it's the people all around there. Everybody here is kind of a bit apathetic. Even though the college does take steps to ensure cleanliness, the people here don't really actively do that. And that kind of catalyzed me to get people together to work more on waste management and resource management.
Okay, so you saw a need for it. You saw apathy, and the apathy really bothered you to the point where it inspired you to get up and do something about it.
The problem with ecological development is that, apathy is kind of equivalent to negatively impacting the world. In most other cases, remaining neutral actually does mean remaining neutral. But in the case of sustainability and ecology, if you remain neutral, then you're actively harming the planet. If you're not actively working to help the planet, then you're harming the planet. There is no way you can stay out of it.
That's right. It's like watching a crime happen and not doing anything to step in.
Yes.
But the crime is against Mother Earth when everybody's littering and being wasteful and causing human impact on the planet. The planet was perfect before people got here. And then people, as we grow and do what people do, we harm the planet. It was fine before us, and now we're impacting it. So, you just being a human on Earth, you're impacting the planet. So, either you're negatively doing it or you're positively doing it. If you're doing nothing, you're negatively impacting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all consumers, actually. If you're alive, you're consuming. You're breathing air, you're drinking water, you're eating food, all that. So, you might as well do something to help the planet.
Yeah. 100%.
The thing is that, the reason why people actively work for social change, actively work say in helping out poor people, homeless people, old people, and the thing is, my parents, they're social workers, so I grew up in an environment where helping people just sort of comes as your profession, as something that just you do just because you're alive. But the thing is, as when it comes to ecology and helping out the planet, it's it's not emotional. It's a very technical. It's a very it's a very scientific sort of thing. The emotions don't come into play, and that's one of the major reasons that I feel that people are a bit apathetic, and they don't really care about working to save the planet, and they just litter everywhere and all that. Is because emotions don't really come into play here. If people are emotionally affected with something, for example, you just Alex, you just said you just told me the example of watching a crime happening, right? So if you watch a crime happen on the streets, right, and then it emotionally affects you. Or right. If you see somebody, a poor person on the streets, does not even have to be humans. If you see a starving dog or something on the streets, right, it emotionally affects you.
True.
But on the other hand, you see you're burning plastic out in the open. You don't actually that conceptually most people understand the harmful effects due to education and what we're taught in schools and what the governments of the world tell us and all that. Conceptually, everyone understands the harmful effects that that pollution and burning CFCs and all that happen. But having said that, when you're burning plastic out in the open, when you're littering, and when you're doing all of that, it doesn't really emotionally affect you. And so you don't work towards positively changing it.
That's an interesting thought. So your emotions are a huge trigger for your actions, but if you're not emotionally invested in something, then you become apathetic towards it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a brilliant point. So when you came up with the idea to facilitate change, were you, knowing this, were you scared or intimidated or discouraged at all because people are so apathetic?
Well, when I started out, because I knew that if people are actively against something, if you hate something, if people hate something, then you can actually engage them in dialogue, and you can actually try to talk them into try to convince them to actually help you out. But if people are indifferent, if people are apathetic, if they just don't care, then it's harder to actually engage them. My mom, she always says that, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of positivity is, some people say it's actually negativity, but it's not. It's actually apathy. If you can engage people, then it's kind of easy, no matter whether they're positive or negative towards you. But starting out, I knew that people were a bit, they were apathetic. So I wasn't afraid or discouraged, but I knew that what I was trying was hard. I knew that engaging people would be hard, but I also knew that if I can get some people on my side, some people if I can convince some people to work with me, then I thought I could get others also, and slowly but surely I could become, or we could become, actually, it's we more than I. We're a team, yeah. So we could become the example that catalyzes, that inspires others to do this change. Oh, by the way, Alex, one of the good things about ecological development and, sustainability and all that is, most of it is easy stuff. Most of it is something that you don't really have to stretch yourself to make the change that you need to see. Because, say, for example, if you want to make social change, if you want to make, if you want to help out human beings and all that, it actively requires that you work and you engage a lot with people. And, you doing your own thing may not be enough. But in the case of, helping to save the planet, you doing your own thing, for example, you managing your own resources perfectly, and you, say, for example, telling others to do it, and, helping them doing it, it's not really very hard to do. It doesn't ask much of you. Part of the reason that people don't do anything is because it doesn't really ask much of you. It's a paradox, I guess. But once you can get some people on your side, in this case, then it's kind of easy. So I was kind of motivated by that also.
So it's all about, once you have people on your side, once you have people on your team, and people believe, your force becomes a lot stronger. Because collaboration, collaboration is key in affecting anything. One person can do something, but when one person becomes many, it's just the force is amplified. So it's definitely about bringing people together. That's what MCN is about. That's what Millennium Campus Network is about.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we get strong people like you coming together. So you went from 1 to 16 just off of sharing what you're about, right?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really the person who started out this team, to be honest.
Okay.
It was a friend. It was two friends of mine, Fairoz and Aisha. Both of them, they started out this team. I wanted to work to in something like this, but they started out with this team and they convinced me to join, and it's been terrific. I can tell you, it's been terrific. The ride has been awesome.
I love it. Well, we're happy to have you here with us. So I know you do a lot of other things, right? And impacting the world is a huge responsibility because many people are basically depending on you and the change that you've set out to make. But like all of us, you also have personal responsibilities and other projects that require your time, like school. Do you have any tips for us that you use to manage your time on a daily basis?
Yes. Well, earlier on when I started out, my ego being was a bit, was very huge, and it what you said, it's a huge responsibility, and that really goes to your head. What happens is that if you think, or when I thought, I'm speaking from experience here, when I thought that I was doing something great, I was literally, the world revolved around me. You know how teenagers are, right? I mean, we're all really self-centered. So when I thought that the world really revolved around me, that, I was literally affecting everybody else and, saving the whole damn world and all that, when I thought of that, when I used to think like that, one of the problems was that it was harder for me to engage with others because the superiority complex sort of steps in.
Okay.
But then gradually, I kind of got over it, mostly due to defeats. Everybody faces defeats, and that really humbles you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we sort of start out and we think like that, then we sort of put all our time and efforts into one or two things, and then most other things just sort of start to slide. But that's kind of problematic. So a tip that I would suggest is that what we're doing is, even though we need to initiate change and we need to be the change that we want to see in the world, like Barack Obama says, even though that is
And Gandhi,
required,
Gandhi said it before Obama.
yeah. Even
Okay.
though that is required, what is more important is that you realize that we're all in this together, and then what happens is that everything that you do becomes equally important. For example, a birthday of someone, of a loved one, your college or your profession, the time that you spend there, whatever changes, whatever hobbies you have, whatever positive impact that you make, if you're leading a foundation or running a movement, or if you're like Alex, you're running a great podcast,
Holla.
all of it is important, all of it. When we realize that most of what we do is a small part of all that goes around in the world, and that all of it matters, then we will be able to properly manage the time and give the required attention that everything and everyone around us deserves. Like, just because we're change makers does not mean that we ignore the people around us, and does not mean that we think that somehow we're better than them, and somehow they don't deserve our time and attention just because we have something to do. Giving them and giving the tasks, the daily tasks that we set for ourselves. For example, it might be just taking a little brother off to school, dropping him to his sports practice, right? All of that, even something as small and something that might sound trivial, even that is important, because he's also a human being, right? He deserves the attention, and everything that we do affects the world around us. Everything. We should not take anything lightly, because, say for example, in my case, if I'm running Kaapikuru, if I'm working with my teammates, and we work together to do make the world a better place, one little teacup or coffee cup at a time. Even then, that is not the only thing in our lives, because the rest of our lives also matter. The rest of our relationships, whatever we do in our own little worlds, all of it matters. And I know it's hard, but if you can be a positive force everywhere, right? In every sphere of life that you're in. For example, if you're a student, or if you're an entertainer, or if you're a lawyer, wherever, just every bit of positivity helps the world move forward.
Amen. Tell us exactly how you and Kaapikuru are making it your era. On the ground, from a ground level, what is Kaapikuru doing?
I would pick up the analogy of lamps being lit. when you light a lamp, or take say candles, right? If you light a candle, and you pass on that light to other candles, right? The light never really dies, right? Sooner or later, the lights just sort of spread around the world and they light up the world. We, Kaapikuru, we intend to be the matchstick. We are the strike of the matchstick that we initiated. We wanted to be the initiators of the change that we wanted to see in the world around us. We wanted to be the example to people around us, so that they can then imbibe what we show them, what we are doing in their own little worlds, in their own lives. We make this our era by picking up one piece of litter at a time and then showing that to others so that they are motivated to do it. How the saying goes, many drops make a big ocean. So each of us doing this, at times it might feel none of this is going to make a difference. It's a huge world. There are more than 7 billion people out there. But even with all that, we feel that each of us doing one small little task at a time, being a small example, being the ignition of change, we feel that we can inspire others to be their own change makers.
All right, cool. Tell our listeners how they can learn more and how they can support Kaapikuru.
Well, we intend to branch out in the coming months, or if it takes more than that, in the coming years around the world. But I would say, instead of focusing on us, instead of helping Kaapikuru, I would say help out in your own areas, in your own words. Say, for example, you're listening in from Cape Town, or say you're listening in from say somewhere in Sweden or wherever, right? Help out the people around you and manage your resources. Do the waste management that is required around you. Now, I don't need to tell everyone how to become ecologically sustainable, because first off, most people know about it already, and second, Google is everywhere. But I would say be the ignition in your own neighborhood. Start with your home and then spread out into your neighborhood, and that would be equivalent to helping out us. That would be equal to helping out Kaapikuru.
That's beautiful, man. Truly selfless and humble. And dude, that's amazing, man. I'm really happy that we got to talk. I'm happy that, we all got to hear what you're doing and hear your heart and your passion, man. And I know that, if I circle back with you in like maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're going to be doing some really incredible things, man. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Devassi Joseph.
Geez, thanks, Alex. It was great.
For sure. So I need something from you, though. I need you to do a drop, like a recording artist. Do you think you could do that?
A drop?
Well, first of all, what is your title with Kaapikuru? What would you say your title is?
I would say I'm the team leader. Yeah.
Team leader. Okay. So it's gonna sound something like this. What's up, world? This is Devassi Joseph, team leader for Kaapikuru in India, and this is my era. What about you?
All right. This is. Oh, can you just run me through that again?
Yeah. Just something simple, and you could say it in your own words. Just basically, it's like you're on MTV or a music station or something, and the camera's looking at you, and you're just doing it real quick. Yo, what's up, world? This is Devassi Joseph, team leader of Kaapikuru in India, and this is my era. What about you?
Okay, if that is the drop, then I would like, even though I'm, actually, even better than team leader would be Changemaker, because
do it, yeah.
Changemaker at Kaapikuru would be, I think that would sound better, yeah?
All right, let's do it. Go for it.
So, Wait. Let me just do a trial run. Are you still recording?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Oh boy,
I gotta get this.
This is gonna come in. Oh my god, this is gonna come in the podcast. Tell me you're gonna edit this out. Please tell me, Alex.
Yeah, what, you mean all of these in between? Yeah, I can edit all this out. Or,
You're gonna.
yeah, I can edit it out, or I can keep it in because it's fun. This is entertaining.
I know. Oh my god. You're gonna prank me, aren't you?
Who knows? Who knows? I might not.
Okay. Okay, so it runs like maybe. Okay, so what's up, world? This is Devassi Joseph at Changemaker at Kaapikuru. This is my era. What about you? Is that it?
100%.
Okay.
You gotta do it with style, though. You gotta do it with style. You gotta. You're a debater. You're an orator. So I needed orator style.
Okay.
Anytime you're ready. Anytime. I'm putting unnecessary pressure on you. It's just just have fun, man. You know, you're promoting yourself.
Okay. Cue me in.
3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, world? This is Devassi Joseph, Changemaker at Kaapikuru from India. This is my era. What about you?
That was fire, dude. Hey, you killed that, bro.
I dedicate my time to making myself better, and it starts right now. 'Cause this is
my era. Well, let's go.
This is my era. Oh yeah, this is my era. This is my era. Come on. This is my era. What about you? Everybody runs the race. Some have what it takes, and others don't make it through. What about you? Stand up when they call your name. Stand out when you do your job. Let greatness notice you. If you're just wishing for glory, then what are you asking? Victory ain't sweet if you don't live through the pain. So many great ones before me found glory everlasting. This is what I came to do, came to be. 'Cause see, this is my era. Oh yeah, this is my era. This is my era. Come on, this is my era. This is my era. Come on, this is my era. What about you?
This is my era, this is my era. The mission and the vision never been so clearer. Seems like the world ain't getting no better. If you wanna see a change, take a look in the mirror now. You possess the key to unlock it. Open up the door, opportunities knocking. You can't deny. On this road that we're walking, there's gonna be some obstacles, but we'll keep on marching. Some will doubt you, even talk about you, but this world wouldn't be the same without you. Golden people on the rise, we know our value. Reaching the impossible, we'll show you how to. Don't know about you, but I know about me. I was born with everything I need to succeed. Living out the dreams, what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to be. 'Cause see,
This is my era. Counting on me, yeah. To be that change that we all wanna see, yeah.